Ladies and gentlemen, James Lane here. This is episode 96 of the American Reveille Podcast, and we're going to give credit where credit is due because, ladies and gentlemen, stepping out of his somewhat normal woke slime, Bill Maher has returned to humanity and has become somewhat of a libertarian, maybe that he normally was. I know he's always been a Democrat. I'm not sure, but all I know is that he's speaking some real truth. All right, about China. We've been talking about China. All right, we know that China is not our friend. Chinese Communist Party is a stain upon freedom and humanity. It literally is. It's a genocidal, homicidal maniac of a governing system. The Chinese Communist Party literally wants to destroy people, kill off entire peoples, all right? And it is laughing. It is laughing at our country while we play this woke freaking hokey pokey with each other. And Bill Maher calls it out for what it is. I liked what he went through. I liked what he had to say. And so I'm going to give credit where credit's due, like I said. So in episode 96 of the American Reveille Podcast, we're going to talk about Bill Maher. We're going to talk about what he had to say about China, because he hits the nail right on the head. And you need to know what threats from abroad are coming our way. Next on the American Reveille Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, James Lane here. This is episode 96 of the American Reveille Podcast. We're talking about China. We're talking about Bill Maher, talking about communism. And I mean, where do we even start? Where do we begin? There's so many places we could go with this. I mean, we could talk about the election. I mean, everything. The Chinese have literally become and have been for a very long time the number one technology thieves and duplicators in the world. All right. They steal all our stuff and then they sell it cheaper, and they don't give a crap what they have to do to take us out. They are literally in this to become number one in the next very, very soon period of time through whatever means necessary. All right. I know they don't want physical war, but then again, who knows what's on the agenda with the way they're building up. All right. This is not funny. This is not a game. And even prominent lefties are starting to recognize it. Plain and simple. Guys, a lot of the interference in the elections went through what? It went through China. All right. The extermination of people, extermination of Uyghurs, China. Eric Swalwell's spy, where's she from? She's from China. Listen, guys. All right. I don't know what they're putting, all right, in the General Tso's chicken in Washington, D.C. But what I'm telling you, all right, is it isn't MSG. It's some kind of something, because all of our elites are in the pocket of these freaking Chinese communists. I mean, it goes on and on. It's utter insanity. And it's been allowed to happen because of greed. And these folks on the left, they think the only solution to greed is to just tear it all down. This is their chance to bring forward the utopia, the socialist dream. They can divide us with idiocy like critical race theory. They can take our issues that aren't really a problem and turn them into big problems and pit us against each other, while the wealthy get wealthier off the back of the innocent lower classes fighting against each other because they didn't know any better. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't a game. This isn't a joke. This is Psych 101. This is real life. All right. This is class war. This isn't race war. Plain and simple. All right. But Bill Maher gets it. Bill Maher gets it. And the Chinese, they're the big bad guys. Chinese communists are the big bad guys. They're raging biological warfare, chemical warfare, chemical castration. Who knew we'd have so many different words for chemical? But when you're talking about Chinese communists, there's a word for everything, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, you don't screw around with these people. But the left have turned the Chinese into their personal piggy bank. And our children's children will pay the price if we don't stop what is happening. So I saw what Bill Maher had to say. I liked what he had to say. I wanted to read about it. I wanted to talk to you about it. I've read so much about the Chinese infiltration that it's literally given me heart palpitations. I mean, the anxiety and the stress from it, it's so much. But just thankfully, I had Ancient Life Oil. This CBD oil was so great. All right. I was able to take it twice a day, brought my anxiety right down. AncientLifeOil.com, ladies and gentlemen. You like that right there? It's a twist. AncientLifeOil.com, ANCIENT, LifeOil.com. All right, folks, go there. Use promo code James. Try CBD oil. All right. No side effects, nothing crazy. Just good stuff that makes you calm, makes you less anxious, helps you with a proprietary, not proprietary, but what's the word I'm looking for? With literally a process. That's the word. It's a P word that I'm looking for here. It's something that humans have been ingesting for thousands of years. All right. This isn't like some chemical somewhere. This is all natural, and it works. It really, really works. AncientLifeOil.com, promo code James, free shipping and handling. Try CBD oil, 100% pure CBD oil. Do me a favor, when this podcast is over, stick around for a couple minutes. I put a little ad at the end that I put together. It's me talking about the CBD oil and what you can do, where you can go, and all that good stuff. Check it out. All right. If you've been thinking about it and you've been wanting to take the leap of faith, all right, trust me and get yourself some Ancient Life Oil. Good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff. You've seen me take it before on the show. All right, guys. So do me a favor, wherever you're watching this, listening, wherever you're streaming this, whatever, follow along, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, like, leave a comment, do all that good stuff. We're depending on you to spread the word. We're up against such crazy amounts of censorship that we can't get through it without your help. So please, if you can do anything for us, please just subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, 5-star ratings go a very long way as well. Now, with that being said, you've heard me blab long enough. You heard me talk about the Ancient Life Oil. You heard me plug all the places you can find this. By the way, look in the description section below. You can get everything and get everywhere in the description sections. There's links everywhere. With that being said, let's get to the article, all right? This article right here from Breitbart, Bill Maher. While China's dominating the world, America is having a never-ending woke competition. And that's absolutely true. This is by Hannah Blue. I seem to read a lot of articles by you, Hannah Blue. By you, Hannah Blue. By you, Hannah Blue. March 13th. Ooh, Hannah. Oh, sorry. Anyway, listen. HBO's real-time host Bill Maher warned of the rising influence of China globally and in the United States, a concern routinely ignored by Democrats in his own party. China, Maher cautioned, is growing in dominance as America continues to allow cultural issues such as political correctness of iconic children's books to distract them from more pressing issues. Guys, this is a real thing that's happening. He brings up good points. All right, you're going to see Maher is going to talk about some comparisons of what China's focused on versus what we're focused on. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. But how do you sway the minds of a brainwashed populace? That's where we're all at, right? Can we wake people up? I think there's some people that can be woken up, but just like in the movie The Matrix, there's a very large population of people that are so desperately attached that they don't want to be woken up. Quote, "You're not going to win the battle for the 21st century if you're a silly people. And Americans are a silly people," Maher said during his monologue Friday night. "Do you know who doesn't care that there's a stereotype of a Chinese man in a Dr. Seuss book? China. All 1.4 billion of them couldn't give a crouching tiger flying fuck because they're not a silly people. If anything, they're as serious as a prison fight." And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Maher used the bulk of the monologue to highlight the advancements China's made, though he acknowledged the authoritarian nature of the regime. Quote, "There's got to be something between an authoritarian government that tells everyone what to do and a representative government that can't do anything at all," he said, detailing that China has built 500 entire cities from scratch, moved the majority of their huge population from poverty to the middle class, and mostly cornered the market in 5G and pharmaceuticals in 2 generations. And he's not lying. And that's the thing. Our government has been deadlocked. You know, Trump wrote a book right before or right at 2016, before he became the president, that outlined all the things that needed to happen to fix America. And in part of that book, he stated that our government, our Congress, and our Senate have literally been in a deadlock for decades. They've barely been able to pass a budget for decades. We've barely been able to get anything done. All right. So while we've been stuck, while we haven't been moving, all right, and in war and in politics and strategy and anything, death is literally caused by being still. All right. You have to keep moving. If you don't move, you're dead. Plain and simple. This is ridiculous. All right. But it's true. America has sat still and China's literally changed the world in 2 generations. It's true. Quote, "In China alone, they have 40,000 kilometers of high-speed rail. America has none. We've been having infrastructure week every week since 2009, but we never do anything. Half the country is having a never-ending woke competition, deciding whether Mr. Potato Head has a dick, and the other half believes that we have to stop the lizard people because they're eating babies. We're a silly people," he continued, referring to America as an impacted colon of a country in terms of moving legislation and getting things accomplished. And again, Mr. Bill Maher, it's a fair observation. I'm not going to talk crap about you. I agree. We have extremes on both sides, except here's the thing. The majority of the people on the left right now, all right, they're brainwashed into the Mr. Potato Head has a dick debate, whereas only a small part of us on the right are talking about lizard people. That's a big difference. He said, "We're a silly people." He continued, referring to America as the impacted colon of this country because we can't get anything done. We're frozen. Nobody's moving. We're stuck. Listen, I'm going to tell you a little thing about me right now. I've been in a slight paralysis. I have my dissertation draft of my literature review due for my PhD, and I'm weeks behind. I'll be able to catch it up. I always pull it off in the end, but I'm weeks behind. I have chores, like personal life chores and errands and stuff at the post office and all kinds of stuff I have to do, and I have a list of that my wife has given me. I have stuff due at work. I work 40, 50 hours a week for an aerospace company, so I have all of that stuff as well. All right. I've been trying to keep up with the workflow of this company and making these videos, but also expand the business so that I could eventually quit my job and do this for a living and keep growing it into a very large network. Right. So I've got so many things on my plate that I'm literally frozen. I find myself not getting anything done because I don't even know where to start half the time. And that is something I'm slowly digging my way out of. You get stuck in those traps sometimes. Well, America, the United States of America, has been paralyzed. It's been paralyzed, ladies and gentlemen, for decades. And we haven't noticed because we're part of the shit impacted in the colon itself. That's just what it is. We see a problem, quote, "We see a problem and we ignore it. We lie about it. We fight about it. We endlessly litigate it. We sunset clause it, kick it down the road, write a bill where a half-assed solution doesn't kick in for 10 years, Bill Maher said. China sees a problem, then they fix it. They build a dam. We debate what to rename the dam. It's not wrong. We binge watch, they binge build." He continued, touting what the communist nation did when the coronavirus struck Wuhan, the place of origin of the novel coronavirus. Oh, Bill Maher, are you going to rebuild your career? Are you going to get that spark back by observing and being honest? Good. Bravo, Bill Maher. Give you some little golf claps there. You've earned a couple little golf claps. Quote, when COVID hit Wuhan, the city built a quarantine center with 4,000 rooms in 10 days. They barely had to use it because they quickly arrested the rest of the disease, Maher said. They were back to throwing raves and swimming pools while we were stuck at home surfing the dark web for black market Charmin. We're not losing to China. We've already lost to China. The returns just haven't all come in yet. They've made robots that check a kid's temperature and get their asses back in school. Most of our kids are still pretending to take Zoom classes while they watch TikTok and their brain cells fully commit ritual suicide. And unfortunately, it's been more than that. We've seen so many kids committing actual suicide. I mean, there's been horrible, tremendous mental health results on our children. And not to mention, I mean, it's all other debate, the insanity they're teaching in the schools. But just the fact that the kids are getting nothing at all is doing a very big kibosh on their mental well-being, on their health and wellness. It's terrible. Meanwhile, China, he said, doesn't just get sidetracked. They don't get sidetracked by cultural issues that often dominate the establishment media and the political left. Quote, do you think China's doing that? Do you think China's letting political correctness get in the way of nurturing their best and brightest? Do you think China colleges are offering courses in the philosophy of Star Trek, the sociology of Seinfeld, and surviving the coming zombie apocalypse? True story, ladies and gentlemen. In my bachelor degree, I took an actual English class that was labeled Zombies in Popular Literature. It was something like that. It was like the study of zombies in arts and popular literature. So he's not, Bill Maher's not wrong. Those are real. And so is China. And they're eating our lunch. Believe me, in an hour, they'll be hungry again. Bill Maher's not wrong. I see nothing to argue. All right. China's screwing us. And Biden's bending us over. All right. Biden's their best friend. Beijing Biden is literally injecting us with the CCP virus himself. He's up there in his speeches. He's claiming credit for everything, pretending everything's all hunky-dory while he's lining his pockets, everybody else's pockets, and screwing the American people. Basically, business as usual. The Democratic Party's back, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Let's refill the coffers, folks. Let's refill the coffers with them Chinese monies, folks. Them Chinese tendies. You know what the difference between American tendies and Chinese tendies is? You really want to know? The sauce. American tendies have barbecue sauce. Chinese tendies come with sweet and sour. Anyway, listen. They're effing us. We're bent over and they're effing us in the A. All right? I'm sorry. We're getting effed in the A, and that ass hurts. That ass hurts really effing bad. I could be cursing. Might as well use the first letter. It's funner that way. This guy, we knew, all right? We knew what he was going to do. We knew what Biden was going to do. People voted anyway. Systems were rigged, but people voted anyway. It goes to show how many people are literally influenced by headlines and how easily manipulated they are, both on the right and on the left. So you have to ask yourself, are you one of those sheeps? Are you a manipulated person? Are you easily pliable, bendable, moldable? Are you easily pushed in a certain direction? Have you been manipulated? Have you been compromised? Are you a Manchurian candidate? Are you a Democrat? Or are you an American? Because, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that at least half of us have been brainwashed. And some of them, at least some of them are waking up. All right? At least some of them are waking up. Let's keep reading this. President Biden, who has not wholly addressed lingering concerns over his son's business dealings with China, famously dismissed the country's threats during the Democrat primary race, declaring that it was not competition for the United States, which is garbage. He knows different now. Well, he's always known. But then again, all those pictures we saw from Hunter's laptop with the Chinese hookers and prostitutes and plenty of other pictures that we could talk about as the subjects inevitably come up again, were real. And nobody wants to get into that because they're hoping it stays disappeared. By the way, Hunter Biden got a $2.2 million book deal to talk about how it is being the president's son and having a drug problem. If you didn't know that, now you know that. I hope the rest of your day is good. Sorry if I ruined it. China is going to eat our lunch. Come on, man, Biden said, adding, I mean, they're not bad folks, but guess what? They're not competition for us. Remember also, he said when they asked him about them committing genocide on the Uyghurs, he said that we have cultural differences and he's not going to give the Xi Jinping too much shit for having cultural differences. That's cool, Biden. I'm glad you're okay with the extermination of a people, you piece of crap. However, he changed his tone last month, declaring that China will eat our lunch if the U.S. doesn't get sufficiently on and tackling infrastructure. They're going to, if we don't get moving, they're going to eat our lunch. This is seriously, these are words that happened. All right. This is literally, I hate having to read this. This is reporting. All right. This is listen, this is a sentence. Here's the first sentence. China's going to eat our lunch. Come on, man. All right. And then in the movie, it goes a few months later. If we don't get moving on infrastructure, China's going to eat our lunch. I don't have any simpler way to put it. If you don't understand that, you need to take an IQ test. I don't know what to tell you. Quote, we just have to step up. And so what I'd like to talk to these folks about, since they're the key committee, is how we begin this. And I've laid out what I think we should be doing, Biden added. This is all this was a great article. And the last three little sections here that I've highlighted, they're incoherent only because we're quoting Joe Biden. If Joe Biden wasn't in this article, it'd be a great article. I thought Bill Maher was on point. He was witty. He was funny, and he put forth a good message. Listen, I don't give a shit what you used to be in. If you're former Antifa and you saw the light and you realize that the destruction of this country was wrong and you now want to fight for the rights of American citizens and the Constitution, be my guest. All right. But Bill Maher was never that far. He's just a freaking lefty who drank the Kool-Aid. All right. But he woke up. People are waking up. People are seeing it. I'm okay with people like Bill Maher. I'm okay with people on the left to have a difference of opinion on how things should be solved. All right. I'm fine with that. We are supposed to have discourse and disagreement and try to come up with different solutions for different things. And we're supposed to have different ideas. But I have a problem with people who want to destroy this country, who want to bring down our way of life, who literally want to take our freedoms away, who hate the Constitution, who hate this country. And that's a lot of lefties. That's a lot of celebrities. That is a lot of people in power. And I have no respect for that. But a person like Bill Maher, somebody who's just on the left, a moderate on the left, or somebody in the middle, having those right wing tendencies a little here and there, trying to do what's right and what they think is the right way without being on the extreme, without being an insane person like a Rashida Tlaib or an AOC or an Ilhan Omar or something, or Nancy Pelosi or a Chuck Schumer. Anything on the table, Chuck. Listen, I'm okay with Bill Maher. Anybody who wants to be a human and talk about our differences, I'm okay with that. Bill Maher's speaking the truth. I got much respect for anybody at the moment who speaks the truth. So bang, bang, respect Mr. Bill Maher. And I appreciate you speaking the truth. And I hope you folks have been a little more educated from this information and see some of the hypocrisy, some of the different things that have happened and where we stand, because China's a real big deal. All right. China's a big problem. When our grandparents were running around saying China's going to fuck us up, World War III, they just didn't see the technology. They weren't wrong. All right. All of our grandparents and all of our parents who were warning us about China, the big war that was coming, they weren't wrong. They just had no idea social media was going to be invented. That's it. So all this war, all this junk, all this nonsense, this big battle, it's going and it's ongoing and it's on like Donkey Kong. It's on like butter, ladies and gentlemen, and not truffle butter. Ugh. Listen, if the technology didn't exist, there might actually be a physical war. But because the technology exists, it's a culture war. It's a social war. It's a war of influence, and we are the pawns. Cut your strings. Look above you and snip your strings, ladies and gentlemen. The puppeteers don't have as much power as you think. It's episode 96 of the American Reveille Podcast, folks. I hope you liked it. All right. If it gave you anxiety, if China gives you anxiety, go get that ancient life oil, that Cbd oil, clear you right up. Promo code James, ancientlifeoil.com, Cbd oil, top notch, US made. Promo code James, free shipping and handling. Stay tuned right after this episode for a little ad I put together on the ancient life oil. Trust me, it's worth it, guys. Bill Maher's no joke. China's no joke. The American Reveille's no joke. You're no joke. And this episode is coming to a close. Do me a favor. Head over to gab.com. Follow me there. American_Reveille. All right. Parlor.com. Follow me there at the James Lane. Instagram.com. Follow me there. American_Reveille. YouTube, Rumble, everywhere else, American_Reveille. I'm on Odyssey, ODYSEE, American_Reveille. Leave me a 5-star rating if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, if you're on Spotify, Audible, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, anywhere else. Follow me, subscribe to me, hit the notification bell. Same on Rumble, same on Odyssey, same on YouTube, same everywhere. I'm shadow banned to holy hell, so go into the description section. Go to every alt-tech social media you see there and follow me. I need your help. Spread the word of the American Reveille. Do it for me. Do it for me because I love you, please. Anyway, I'm done. I'm just kidding. Well, am I? Who knows? Dude, folks, bro, www.americanreveille.com. That's our website. Hit the support us tab. You can donate if you want to see us grow. You see us doing good. And you want to see us do even better. Donate to us. We will put it right back into the American Reveille Podcast. Not a penny will go in my pocket whatsoever. You can donate through PayPal, donate through crypto. Hit the contact tab. You can get a hold of me. Let me know any improvements, any critiques, anything you want, any feedback. You can also email me directly, jameslane@americanreveille.com. We have good announcements coming up soon, some street team stuff, this big marketing campaign I have going on. We're going to try to time it so everything hits at the same time. More to come on that on the next episode of the American Reveille Podcast. That would be episode 97 next. Let me get your attention for a second. I want to tell you about something. I want to share something with you that's very near and dear to me. All right, guys, I have joint pain. I'm sure it's no secret by now, all right? I have joint pain, I have hip pain, I have elbow pain, I have inflammation, all right? I get stressed out. I'm going through so much political news doing this podcast, so much. You can imagine how stressful that is, all right? How much anxiety that can cause, how many sleepless nights I have. But folks, I've been taking CBD oil for a while now. All right, for a while now, and it's fantastic. And a while ago, just a little while ago, I came across Ancient Life Oil, all right? And I got it from ancientlifeoil.com. And this stuff is fantastic, all right? It's the best source, the best and most trusted source for CBD oil in the United States. It's 100% pure. It's 100% THC free, no psychoactive effects, no high, nothing like that, just pure CBD, pure relief from all of those issues, relief from sleeplessness, relief from anxiety, relief from stress, from inflammation, right? Relief from joint pain, relief from all of these things that could really hinder your daily life, your daily activities, and really put you in a bad place. This stuff lifts your mood up. It's fantastic. All right, it's legal in all 50 states. People are really experiencing wonderful change in their life, basically doing something that people have been doing for thousands of years, guys. If you head to ancientlifeoil.com, ancientlifeoil.com, the same place I went, all right, the same place I went to get the stuff, you can go on there, use promo code James, JAMES, at ancientlifeoil.com, ANCIENT, Life Oil, ANCIENT, lifeoil.com, promo code James, JAMES, promo code James, free shipping and delivery, folks, free shipping and delivery. Guys, this is a great product. You are missing out if you need to do CBD and you're just not doing it for some reason, guys. I don't know what's stopping you anymore. It's 2021. Folks, if you want relief from these issues, you want to do it in a natural way without taking medications, you want to do it in a way that's helpful, I have found CBD oil to be very beneficial, and I believe it will be very beneficial for you as well. So one more time, ancientlifeoil.com, ANCIENT lifeoil.com.